Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It is Thursday, Stupid Question Day, a regular feature of Live with Lorielle, where I put on the genius cap right here, chat in the hat, a genius cap, which allows me to answer any question. There's YouTube. Any question about any topic in the entire universe, guaranteed. So I hope you have some very important questions for everyone. And Google has been a little kind of a pain in the butt. It's already kicked out Wing Doggy and David Jones a couple times. So I apologize to anyone who's having trouble with Google because it's being Google is being a jerk right now. Sorry, I have no control over it. But if you're watching on YouTube, that noise you heard is that noise you just heard is how long the lag is. I am streaming simultaneously on YouTube and Google Hangouts. Hey, Wing Doggy, sorry, Google is being a pain in the butt. So let me say hello. Let me say hello to everybody, Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azja Yusuf and The Cram and Marcel and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and John McCain and Red Stapler and N1QOV and Terry Sue and Brett and Blair and Cosmic Joe and Jay Dahlman and Boot and Swede and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Chandler and Wing Doggy and anyone. Let's see, who else have I met? Who else might make sure I haven't missed anyone here? All right, hello, it's Stupid Question Day. David Jones says, is there room in Maine for me? Texas is getting too small. I don't know, David Jones. You seem to be, you're growing too big for your britches. Texas is too small to contain David Jones. He's only staying for the cupcake ATM machine. If it weren't for the dagnated blasted cupcake machine, I would have left a long time ago. But there's cupcakes in an ATM machine, and you punch a button, and a beautiful cupcake comes out. Oh, well, good thinking. And today's show, we have a sponsor for today's show because I got 2 cases of delicious Aloha water. This is, it's getting a glare here in the window. Aloe, as in aloe vera. Aloha water. This is pineapple flavored. Has 80 calories. You can see it's non-GMO, all natural things on the back. Let me tell you what this is. Let me read this. Aloha. The aloe beverage is paradise in a bottle with only 80 calories that is naturally sweetened, no sugar or alcohols, no fake sugar, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no preservatives, no artificial sweeteners. Verified non-GMO, BPA-free bottle, gluten-free, natural aloe, pulp-free, pineapple flavored. So this has, well, it's considered 2 servings, though it's really 1. And so it's 80 calories. There's 20 milligrams of soda and 11 grams of sugar. And it has triple filtered water, aloe vera inner leaf juice, pure cane sugar, so it has sugar, third ingredient, natural flavors, citric acid, salt, monk fruit extract. Okay, so there's no pineapple. It says natural flavors. It doesn't say pineapple. Pineapple flavor? Aloe by Saludi. But, well, anyhow, you can look them up. They have a website, www.aloha-drinks.com. I don't know if this will show up. Aloha-drinks.com. I don't think my focus is good enough to get that. You can check them out. And Doggy says, this stuff is good if you add peppermint schnapps. Thank you, Aloha. They sent me 2 cases. I actually met them. I met them at the MTV suite that I went to last week, and they sent me a surprise on my door. Okay, so thank you, Aloha Drinks. That's actually really, really good. Well, no wonder it's good. It's basically fancy flavored sugar water. Doggy says your eyes get big when you take a swallow. Ah! So thank you, Aloha. And David Jones just mentioned pizza. Tomorrow, I will show you. We have a pizza sponsor. I will show you a company that gave me a few coupons for their free pizzas, gluten-free, fancy organic, gluten-free, frozen pizzas that you can find in stores. So I will show you that tomorrow. That will be tomorrow's sponsor. So woohoo! Oh, hello, Sam and N1QOV and everyone on YouTube. Sam, I'm sorry you're hurting. I'm sending magical healing beams to your hurting eyes, Sam. I hope that's helped, Sam. So I just read an interesting article, but before, I don't know if anyone has any questions yet, but I just read an interesting article that I wanted to share with you guys, an article that scientifically proves that having a cat in your house and a cat's purring is actually good for your health and stress relieving. They did a study that the megahertz of a cat's purr, the sonic megahertz, sound megahertz of a cat's purr is on a level that actually, as far as like in the inside deep part, like hypothalamus of your brain, or the hippocampus of your brain, the small, like the first part of your brain, the animal part of your brain that takes care of a lot of the involuntary things, like breathing and swallowing and that part. That part is stress is relieved in your brain by the level of megahertz that are in a cat's purr. And besides the fact that cats can be nice and cuddly and petting them can be stress relieving, but somebody actually did a study. I was surprised. They actually did a study that proves scientifically that they're good for your stress. So should have put that out there. Wing Doggy says, my bass amplifier makes the same level of sound after he unplugs his Fender guitar. Okay, well, there you go. Wing Doggy doesn't need a cat. He just needs to plug himself into an amplifier. I feel so much stress relief. So I hope everybody's feeling good today. I went to see a doctor, had a doctor's appointment with a psychiatrist today, and that was fine. And here I am. And Linda says yes, and I just cleaned out her ears as well. Oh, good. I was worried about your ears, Linda. I'm glad we took care of that. Hi, Boone Swede. Thank you for checking in. Great to see you. Glad you're still alive. David Jones wants to know if I am cured or still crazy. I'm afraid there's no cure, David Jones. Just looking for a way to to manage. Just looking for a way to manage the symptoms. David Jones said, are you cured or still crazy? There's no cure. Just try to manage it so that I can still go out in public without killing anyone. Oh no. David, Wing Doggy, I can only imagine. Thank you, Boone Swede. Cheers. So how is everybody? And does anyone have any questions for the genius? And Bobby Jones says he doesn't believe in psychiatrists. He thinks people become psychiatrists because they're trying to figure out why they are so crazy. Bobby Jones doesn't need anything to figure out why he's crazy. He didn't need any help to figure that out. Thank you. I'm good. Keep your kid shrinkers to yourself. Hi, Sturgis Guy. Sorry, Google is being a pain. It's kicking people out. So I apologize for anyone who's having trouble with Google. Sorry, Sturgis Guy. Google's being a pain. So. So, woohoo! So, how is everybody? Does anyone have any questions for the genius? Because it's stupid question day. A regular feature of Live with Lorielle New, where I can answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. Guaranteed. And David Jones says, do you have any crazy to spare? You know, David Jones, I do have plenty, and I try to share it with everybody every day. Try to spread a little positivity and crazy to everybody every day. But David Jones, I'd have to say, by my casual observation, I think you're good. I think you got plenty of crazy on your own. I'm not sure if you need any more. And Sturgis Guy says, what about accuracy in a parallel universe? Well, I'm not sure exactly what you mean about accuracy in a parallel universe, because a parallel universe, everything's going to be slightly shifted. There is a slight shift of reality. It might be even bigger than a slight shift, because it's a parallel universe, it's different. So weights and measures might be off, personalities. So this guy says, in the parallel universe, does Lorielle have a beard and mustache like an evil Dr. Spock? No, actually. Parallel universe, I look even more fabulous than I already do. And I wield a scepter because I am Queen, ultimate, complete overlord, ruler of that universe. But I wield my power with compassion. And it is a beautiful, peaceful place. Evil Dr. Spock. Oh, I'm sorry, wait, I believe, isn't Dr. Spock, he is a doctor? Oh, no, I'm sorry, he's a mister. It's Dr., who's the guy? There is a doctor on the ship. Dr. McCoy. Dr. McCoy is the doctor. Mr. Spock. Aloha Water, our sponsor for today. So yes, Dr. Spock is actually a baby doctor who writes books about child rearing. But here's my question, does he even have kids? Yeah. Boot and Sweet says, in a parallel universe, my paintings are centered on the wall. Well, my paintings are centered on the wall. The problem is the wall is very small. See, the one behind me takes up the entire wall, and the one next to me, the two next to me take up the entire wall. Boot and Sweet, you know, I don't think you can complain about anyone who blocks you, because Boot and Sweet, I'm going to guess, and this is a wild guess, but I'm going to guess that if you are blocked by anyone, you may have earned that. You may have deserved that. Just putting that out there, but it's possible. Oh, and N1QOV says, who killed Bob Crane? Yes. Who killed Bob Crane? Who played in an old sitcom about guys in a concentration camp, Stalag, Hogan's Heroes. And he was violently murdered, beaten to death. I believe I don't know if he was convicted, but I believe it was an ex-boyfriend who got angry. Bob Crane, who played the Hogan in Hogan's Heroes. Sturgis Guy said he had one of the first VCR taped machines in the U.S. Well, this was, you know, back when Hogan's Heroes was on. People weren't so they didn't talk about their sexuality as much. So they stayed in the closet. Nobody was coming out of the closet. So Captain Hogan was in the closet. I believe there was a violent altercation with an ex-boyfriend. Hogan's Hero says, Minragi says it's still on. Was he shot? I believe it was an ex-boyfriend. I think they figured that out, but I don't remember the name. So, woohoo! But yes, it was a shocking surprise. But I don't think all of the information ever came out at that time. Sturgis Guy says probably an angry husband. He was a ladies' man. I think that was. I think that was a cover, Sturgis Guy. Like Rock Hudson. Aloha. It's our sponsor for today, Aloha. The website is aloha-drinks.com. You can check them out, different flavors. But yeah, people are much more open. I think it's a good thing that people are able to be more open. So some people don't like it, but I think it's a good thing that people are being more open about their sexualities. I think honesty and openness and acceptance is good. Linda's not so sure about that. Oh, and sorry I missed yesterday. Yesterday had a very wonderful evening. It was Sweetie's birthday. It was Sweetie's birthday. We had a delicious, wonderful birthday dinner and presents and hate. We had a very nice birthday. Linda says her birthday is going to suck. Well, if you're starting with that attitude, it probably will. Linda, why is it going to suck? And yes, I did sing happy birthday. I did sing happy birthday to him. And he's Linda says she's going to be 64 on July 14th, and she doesn't know if there'll be any party. Well, Linda, oh, you mean she's going to be 65? No, 64? Linda's not sure how old she's going to be. Linda says, oh yeah, it's 65. You know, by the time you get there, it doesn't matter. Does it matter? 64, 65? Pick the one you like best. And Linda, if you want a party and you don't know if anyone else will plan it yourself. Plan it yourself and invite the people you want to invite. If you need to reserve that room you said, then reserve the room. Do it yourself. Plan your own party. You can decide what you want. You can go reserve that room, and you can tell that person that you don't like that they're not invited. They can't come in the room because it's Linda's party. Oh, yeah, Linda says it's Hazel. She hates Hazel. You know, that. How are my coyotes? N1Q, wait. You know what? N1QOV. Uh, okay, but Boone Swede, there's a reason why people block you and kick you out. If you're going to continue to write gross things, I might be forced to do the same thing, Boone Swede. Despite our long friendship, you have to behave. Because nobody else wants to read that either. So, and N1QOV asked about my coyotes. Excellent question, N1QOV, because they have been growing like crazy. It's now that it's gotten warm here, despite the fact that you're all having winter, it's warm here, and everything is suddenly growing like crazy. My flowers, like, are full of blooms. I haven't seen the flower bandit in a very long time, and she might have moved. I haven't seen her in a long time. And my coyotes were growing, a whole bunch of them. I picked a bunch, and there were a bunch more that were growing that were waiting to get a little bigger, and somebody stole them. Somebody stole my coyotes. But that's okay. At least they're getting eaten. It's okay. Now Boot Sweet says his feelings are hurt. Bobby, your feelings should not be hurt if you're acting out. If you're acting out, Bobby, and saying inappropriate things, you're doing that on purpose to get somebody to yell at you. It's a desperate attempt for attention, Bobby. I'm just calling it like I see it because I have the genius cap on. So if you want to keep demonstrating your desperate need for attention by acting inappropriately so that you can get kicked out and start a vicious cycle, go right ahead. If you'd like to participate in the group because sometimes you feel lonely and you want people to be friends with you, then be nice. That's it. That's me laying down the law, Boom Sweet. David Jones says you need a man-eating plant in your garden. Well, actually, David Jones, it appears that I have a man eating the plants in my garden rather than a man eating plant in my garden. And yes, actually, last night I was still up, and it was about 1:30, and I heard a noise, and there was a homeless guy outside with a shopping cart. He appeared to be slightly inebriated, but pleasant. I told him he couldn't stay around here, but I gave him a full bag of returnables and sent him along his way. Boom Tweed, this is my show. You don't have freedom of speech in my show because there are guidelines for etiquette. The guidelines, there's no profanity, hate speech, or nastiness. And I don't need anyone to tell me this. Everybody knows this about you, Boom Sweet. If you got it stamped on your head, every single person who knows you knows this about you. So I would like you to stay if you want to be nice, and you can join because I do want to be helpful to you. I want you to be able to be part of the group and not be lonely. But you have to behave. You have to behave, Food sweet. That's me, laying down the law, being tough. David Jones says, today I decided that I do not respect my coworkers enough to argue with them, and today David Jones' coworkers breathed a sigh of relief as David Jones finally stopped arguing with them. Sturgis Guy says, it's hard to fly like an angel when you work with turkeys. It's because turkeys can't fly. Turkeys can't fly. Oh my God, it's raining turkeys. It's a famous episode of WKRP in Cincinnati. For Thanksgiving, they decided to do a turkey drop over Cincinnati. I believe it was Fred and Les Nessman, or maybe it was just Fred, dropping turkeys out of a helicopter. And they dropped like concrete bombs onto cars and people below. No, they were live turkeys. So they were not live when they hit the ground. They didn't know that turkeys can't fly. It was a disaster. N1QOV asks, have I ever met Ron DeShear? No, I have not. I have not. I haven't met Ron DeShear or Gilbert Gottfried. I believe they're still around and still working. They were live turkeys, yeah. I'm gonna bet that's probably one of the funniest episodes of WKRP ever, and I bet it's somewhere on the internet, either on YouTube or Hulu. So if anyone hasn't seen that, try to find the WKRP in Cincinnati episode. It must be. Everything's on the internet. It must be somewhere. The Thanksgiving turkey drop episode. It is hysterical. Though I have met Lonnie Anderson in person. She was at an event that I went to. Oh, well, Linda, you can watch it now. Because Linda likes comedies. Linda said she never got to see that show because Gerald doesn't like comedies. Linda likes comedies, so Linda can watch it if she wants to. I did meet Lonnie Anderson, and she, even now, this must be, I mean, that show was on, I don't even know how long ago that show was on, but because it's been playing in repeats for like the last 40 years. I think was it on in the 70s or the 80s? It's been playing in repeats for 40 years. Like I Love Lucy and The Honeymooners. Those shows have never, and Star Trek. Some of these old shows have never stopped airing. Which is crazy when you think about it, because these old classic shows are still airing, and people who were not even alive when they originally aired have seen them, because they've been airing on, talk about good TV. I don't think a lot of the shows that are like current shows will be airing 40 years from now. Wing Doggy says Lucy, Mama's Family, and F Troop. I've never seen F Troop, but I have seen Lucy and I've I don't know if I saw Mama's Family. Yes, I have. So yeah, these old classic TVs have amazingly stood the test of time. And it's funny that you can talk to people you can talk to people now, and even if they weren't alive, they saw them like after school in reruns on their TV. So many of these old shows were in reruns playing like every night when I was in school. Well, it depends, Wing Doggy, and different stations and different. Those are some of like things at local channels. Well, before the internet, they used to be on local channels, and they'd be playing on like the smaller channels. But now with the internet, all of these are playing all over the place. Besides TV, they're playing like Hulu, and there's new cable channels that play all these old TV shows. Linda likes Walker Texas Ranger. So yeah, it's funny. So all these things are still alive forever. But anyhow, I had oh my goodness, it's already 6 o'clock. How did that happen? I've been talking so long. The Honeymooners, yes. The Honeymooners was one of those shows. Like when I was in school, it was on, I think it was on at night. And I don't think I've seen Mr. Ed ever, but yeah, I saw a bunch of Honeymooners episodes. I don't know if anyone, when this says she grew up with these shows, yeah, they used to be on repeats on, I forget what channel, but it was one of the like local channels that shows a lot of repeats. So everybody loves Ralph Cramden. Sorry. All right, I am just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. I will be back tomorrow for Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. So I want to thank you guys for coming, and let me say goodbye to Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and PD and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Ian G. Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Adger Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Sturgis Guy and Sam and St. Clinton and Terry Sue and Brett and Blair and Boot and Swede and N1QOV and Jay Dahlman and Cosmic Joe and Wing Doggy and Philip Chandler, and let me make sure I didn't miss anybody, and Sam and St. Clinton. All right, kisses for everybody. I love you. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Funny Friday. Bye.